I am giving away this Toronto Ultra jersey. Boy, you guys are seeing a little bit behind the scenes. I like that. But yo, guys, it's Borito here. If you are interested in a Toronto Ultra jersey like this, extra large, by the way. Here's the front. Here's the back. All you have to do is follow me on Twitch, follow me on X, and sub to the YouTube. And once you are done that, go into these Discord text channels, post all 3 screenshots plus your YouTube name, and you are officially entered in to win this Toronto Ultra jersey. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Exact same thing with the Money 8s that we got going on May 30th. All you have to do is follow me on Twitch, follow me on X, sub to YouTube, post the screenshots in the Discord text channel, and you're entered. I'm also going to be doing a lot of YouTube members only giveaways as well, but they don't have the requirements that all you guys have. But for everybody else, for most of my giveaways, it's follow on Twitch, follow on Twitter, sub to YouTube. So if you're staying followed and subbed on all those platforms, you're going to be eligible for every giveaway. All you have to do is re-enter when we do the next giveaway. There's going to be a lot of giveaways coming. If you want this Ultra jersey, if you want to feel so Ultra, all you got to do is enter. Now back to the video. Thanks for the support. Wow. So these P4s, so this P3 to P4 rotation out of ROKKR on back-to-back P4s, their first one. So the first P4, they actually held it and got at least 30 seconds, and Boston got like maybe 10 or like 5 at the most. But these next two, like these last two P3 to P4 rotations, were absolutely disgraceful. Like, this is the type of stuff where I want to be a ROKKR fan so bad. Like, ever since they got Kenny, I was thinking they're just gonna turn this ship around. It's gonna be great. You got a vet with 3 young guns, and I literally got a subscription while I'm recording on OBS. Shout out for the Twitch subscription. He knows the giveaway. Appreciate you. So I always assumed that, dude, I just had such high hopes for this team. And with Kenny, and then you also have Looney as a coach. And this is the number one reason why I don't listen to anyone. Like, any of you idiots that say, oh, well, you have no, like, pro experience. How can you be a coach? Bro, we have seasoned veteran, like, some of the smartest Call of Duty players of all time as coaches, and they can't even get these people to do discipline, Call of Duty. Like, this map has been out since the beginning of the game and has not changed. 8 months into the game, and we're still trolling the P3 to P4 rotation 8 months into the game. Mind-blowing stuff. And they did it twice. They got it right the first time. I'll give them that. But they barely got it right. Like, they had the rotation, but they only got like half the time. Like, most teams, when they get the rotation, they actually get like most of the time. But yeah, so on this one, I'm just gonna like play it through. I'm just gonna play it through from 30 just to see. I think the second one is even more egregious than this one, but I mean, we're gonna go through it. So right now, Boston's doing a good job. Like, they're flanking underground. Like, they're actually putting a lot of pressure on ROKKR. But the second one's even worse. So now you have Kenny pushed up in mid. This is the place he likes to go. Kind of just depends on his team told to B Street. I would honestly much rather prefer an SMG like Estrel Nero. I know Kenny's like the first guy here already, but I would prefer like off spawn right here. This should be a thing for Nero or Estrel. This is where like SMGs thrive. This is where I see Hydra or Envoy, or on Atlanta FaZe, it'll be Simp or a BZ. Like, this is the spot I see them. This is where I see Shotzi. This is the spot for the SMG players. This is like the Gwyn spot. You know, this is for all those types of players, because you just need an SMG to like finesse in this area. But and it's easier to get away. There's a lot of close range, especially once you push up like past this atrium. There's a lot more close range. So right now, as long as ROKKR's blocking back R, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone knows this by now, it doesn't matter how far Kenny pushes up. As long as P3 is active, he could push as far as he wants. As long as this guy is in art, like, they're always going to get the back spawns. Like, he could push up. I mean, obviously, like, I don't think you really... I have seen a scenario where he could go there and they still spawn there, but in this area, like this zone right here, This zone right here. If he stays here, they're gonna keep spawning back ammo every single time, and it's just a pin. You could pin them in the back, and then something I think a lot of players struggle with is when to ease off this spawn trap and just backtrack. Because a lot of people don't like backtracking. A lot of people much rather just push in and die because you have them so far back push that even if you die, you're gonna spawn at new. So that's why a lot of people just would much rather just fly in. So like he gets this kill, and there's like 12 seconds left. So at this point, he could honestly run back in mid, or go at the steps, reload, take his time, like peek, because now he knows they basically haven't pinned. Like the B Street's basically is as clear as day because they haven't pushed so far back. But he kind of trolls there, but it's not really on Kenny. It's more about Estro in this scenario. So this whole time, like, ROKKR was not getting on the hill, even when Kenny was like, frying. Even though this guy B Street, like right here, he could hop on the hill right here, but he wasn't hopping on the hill. So now he backtracks. Estro doesn't really know what he's doing. He's backtracking, and then with 9 seconds left, and Kenny dies. Like the second that Kenny dies in mid, this is where your brain should click. Like, yo, I cannot die here, because that means they're pushed up far enough that if I die now, I'm gonna get a parallel back spawn away from P4. But instead, he decides this is the perfect time to get on the hill and to wide shell as well. Boston knows this. They sprint up the map as fast as possible, and now look where Estro spawns. A lot of the times, this isn't that bad, and the reason why it's not that bad is because usually there's a person alive in mid, and usually if you die on B Street and they push up, then you spawn on an insta pinch. But in this scenario, ROKKR's not really in a position to be able to control having a man down while Boston floods the street. Like, this guy's so far out that his pinch isn't going to matter. Like, usually the pinch matters when you spawn like a pinch on like the B Street, back B Street. But the second you get that spawn, you're probably as useless can be. And I also didn't like the way Kenny played this as well. So Estro should never be dying there. I'm still mind blown. 8 months of the game, people are dying with less than 10 seconds left on P3, bro. Just back up, dude. Back, especially when you don't have fucking mid control. When you don't have mid control anymore, that's where it goes down south. And he knew that Kenny died too. Like, the second Kenny dies there, all right, whoop, I'm gone. I'm backing up. But he decides that's the time to go forward. And then Kenny spawns up here. So now this is more about reading immediate pressure. Obviously, you're not trying to die. Otherwise, I mean, like, you're just fucked at that point. But they essentially don't really have that much control of mid. Like, he's up in art, so he kind of sees the B Street. But this immediate cut that Boston has been taking basically the whole P3. They even took on the last P4, I'm pretty sure. This should be covered instantly. So I think this should be something that Kenny spawns. So Kenny spawns bottom art. He should either just be peeking out the door, or when he wraps, he should just be insta wrapping to pick that shit up. Like, he needs to pick up mid cross immediately. Otherwise, people are going to sneak by, because you're going to see exactly what number 5 does. And they've been playing the game this long. And this is a route I've seen I've even seen Boston take this route before. Like, where they just go right through underground. They sneak in the back. Like, that should never be happening. If 3 has all of this, like, you basically have to help with the immediate, and you spawn in bottom art, and spawning in bottom art means that the other team isn't quite close enough. Like, so when like you push out, they're not going to be right there just yet. Like this spawn means you at least have time to, like, at least get out, and that's what he should be doing, especially if like number 3 has his back. It is kind of risky because obviously you don't know exactly where they are, but Kenny just died in there, so they're going to be around mid. Maybe may have not made like the front entrance yet. But they're going to be pushed up. So at least like maybe even like peeking the door for info. I saw Estro do on the last P4. But wrapping around the back, leaving this gap open. But I think 3 actually doesn't even see it. Actually, 3 saw him late. And this guy just goes on the hill. I don't really like that they left Gio to have to deal with everything on his own like that. I know they're focusing on the hill, but what good is the hill control when you don't have control of art, and you're 2 men down. You're 2 men down in this situation. So Gio should be dying up here pretty soon. So Geo dies up here. What's the point of having control of this? You definitely probably should have helped him in art instead, especially once like three, like second three calls at the cross. He should either be backtracking or he should be pushing up to the statue. That's what he should be doing. He should be pushing up this statue or helping in art. Because look, if he's on the statue right now, 8 on the cross dead, probably gets 6 on the cross. That alleviates pressure off Geo. If Geo dies, now a 1v1 in the back, and you have number 3 there, so you probably get the spawns at that point. But I didn't like how they play it, and you can even see Kenny's like so fucking frustrated, dude. He's so annoyed. But partially that's kind of his fault, but he's probably thinking, how are we dying with like 10 seconds left on the P3? Like, makes no sense. But now we're gonna go into like the second P4. I thought it was even worse. I was like a bit confused about like a lot of things here. So, I mean, right now once again, so now this time it's Estral. I'm like, yay, they got SMG in here. That's great. So then Estral dies here, and he definitely sees us on the kill cam, pushing through. And you can even see Geo's on P3. He's coming in from the trade from the connector, and Estral, hopefully he calmed that he's pushing through. You could instantly see him, but obviously he probably didn't see him there because that was some terrible timing. But dude, if Estral actually calmed it out, which is why I hope he actually did, that he was like pushing inside, because if that's the case, because why would fucking Purge why would he get that kill and back up? You know now he's going to be somewhere behind you. I am mind blown that Geo, like, with all this information, he decides to like ignore him and not even try to go backtrack and look for him. Instead, he's playing for more people that may be coming through the atrium. But what he's not thinking about is how ROKKR literally have no one on the B street. Like, 3 just died on the street. So what's Boston gonna do when no one's on the street? They're gonna fucking flood the street. And Estral sees Purge on the cross. He knows now he has literally no help. There's nobody here but Kenny on the cross, and Kenny is making sure that the right side's good, pull side. But another thing for Kenny, the second 3 spawns up, that tells you they're all on this side. You don't gotta worry about this no more. And you already have this guy pushed up in mid. So if you have this guy pushed up in mid and 3 gets this spawn, you should know like now to give that up. I'm pretty sure he actually recognizes it after a while. But Estral, I didn't like the spot he played with the info he had. He realized he had no help on this B street at all. You gotta play a safe spot at this point, because if you die, you're spawning out, you know? Like it said, he plays that corner. Purge saw him, but he didn't know that Purge saw him. And I know what Geo's fucking thinking here. So he mistakenly lets Purge go by, which I thought was fucking blasphemous. Like, that should never be like, you gotta backtrack. You gotta realize how important P4 is. There's 18 seconds left, bro. Backtrack. Who the fuck are you playing for? Who are you playing for? And then he goes for this pinch, and he's thinking he's gonna fucking piece him on the street, and then they're gonna get parallels, or I mean, not parallels, but he's gonna make him spawn out. He actually does make a couple spawn out, or like one actually. He only gets 1 kill, but so I like his thought process. But you basically know no one's pushing through mid. My teammates spawn P2. They're all on the B street. How many kills do you actually think you're gonna get? You know. Right there, he's like trying so hard like not to snake. And the funny thing about this is ROKKR actually ends up getting control of this shit, but you're gonna see how like they troll it. Actually, like, they don't get control, but like they do get like numbers in the back. You have a Nero playing for like the spawn cutoffs, which is great. But this one basically comes down to Snoopy and Geo. So Geo gets terrible fucking timing here. I'm actually not gonna lie. Look, he gets terrible timing. So he goes out the door. If he's just staring at this, Snoopy walks right into him and he gets the kill. But he goes down and reloads right when Snoopy goes through, and then he pops up and Snoopy knee slides right in the door. Horrible timing at its fucking finest. And then like he actually ends up dying here. And then another thing, Nero gets this kill. They already know there's only one guy here now. Like, they have control of the hill. They're all going to be coming from this side. All he literally has to do is lay down and just watch the cross. Literally has to lay down. But he, like, forcefully knee slides and fucking chows that, leaving Kenny in a shit scenario. That was just, like, some simple communication. Like, fuck, Kenny could easily be like, I have, like, the side door, like, you know, like trades crossfire. Like I see a lot of teams orchestrate it. I don't know how ROKKR can't. They're clearly not on that level yet. There's clearly levels. There's levels to championship teams where there's like small communication and just small annoying things. This comes down to AR responsibility, angle responsibility. And this is essentially a version of angle responsibility, um, as Parasite says. So I'm going to play back Nero right here. So Nero gets that kill. You know where your team is on the hill. Like, you're close enough to know where he is on the hill. Like, you could, like, fucking definitely fucking see that. And this is the difference between top teams and just everybody else in the league, is being able to recognize where your teammate is on the hill. And knowing all you have to do is watch his crossfire, and if I just tag him, he can easily pick out the door. Easily communicating to your teammate, hey, I have your cross. If I tag him, like, just peek out the door and fucking chow him or something. Simple communication. But this might be a pressure situation for them, tweaking, you know. I'm not talking about Kenny. I'm talking about the others. This is a simple scenario. He literally got the one kill on the one guy fucking pressuring that shit. Lay the fuck down, dude. Oh, man. Like, if they get Awakening, that actually delays this whole push. They probably get number 5, too. And it actually takes a lot of pressure on them. But Snoopy actually went massive here. He got that crazy kill on Estrel. He just cambered the fuck out of them. And then ROKKR lost that. But that basically all came down to, like, that mid thing. I don't know what's going on here. Even just seeing the arrows here is insane. Like, right now they have full control. I actually don't understand, honestly, why someone even has to be on, like, the wide street even. All they really need is a guy on the hill and a guy around him helping, and then, like, the top arc guy and then the guy mid. That's really all they need. You don't really even need a person on, like, the B street, to be honest. And, like, the second Nero gets on the hill, they basically give up mid. I've seen teams have, like, 2 guys in mid, because, like, sometimes you actually do need it. And, like, the guy mid is, like, basically playing connector, going back and forth from helping trades here and helping in the front. And then you have the guy in the back. But the way he just gave up mid, didn't even acknowledge Purge, decided to leave him to go play spawn kills, which is annoying. It honestly doesn't even matter, dude. So, after Estro dies here, in this scenario, it does not matter if you let them at the B street. That doesn't even fucking matter. What matters is you having control of your backside. That's what fucking matters. So you really have to focus on Purge. He's an unknown variable now. He's pushed up in mid. He's definitely not going to backtrack. Like, I think they thought he went on the catwalk because you can even see Kenny going there. But the second Kenny doesn't see him, bro. You got to turn around. You can't leave that all up to Estrel. You got to go help Estrel. Like, right now, like, you're playing for basically useless kills in mid. And the second he's there for so long and decides to go on a pinch is another mistake. Because, like, the pinch isn't going to matter. Because now Boston's going to be so far pushed down the street. You have a better chance backtracking and even going, adding an extra number on the P4 hill and at least maintaining control of this side and making Boston push you. You have better odds fucking doing that, you know? You have better odds backtracking and helping Estrel or Kenny. But oh man, but that was like back to back, dude. You got to think if they had the first P4, Boston doesn't get like 30 fucking 40 points and ROKKR gets those. Like, the game's already over. Granted, they still won. They won a very lucky last second thing, and I'm even gonna like actually talk about it because this comes down to reading pressure, okay? And I think Cammy scammed really bad. Probably not people are talking about it, but I'm explaining to you what reading pressure actually looks like in real time. So Boston played this great, the way they were on the hill and everything, But right here, okay? So right here, your team has a Hellstorm in the air. Snoopy's in a Hellstorm. There's 1.4 seconds left, okay? So in this scenario, ROKKR doesn't even have enough time to wrap around mid, and you already have an angle on it at this point. So right now, this is not even enough time. Like, even if you see someone right here, not enough time for them to make it there, wrap around, and get on the hill. There's 1 second left. So you now know this shit's covered. They only can hit this shit from the front side. That is the only area you can hit. If you die from the backside with 1.4 left, it doesn't even fucking matter because you dealt with the immediate quick pressure, which is right in the front. This is the only area where they have enough time to make it on the hill with 1.4 seconds left. If you die from the back, it doesn't even matter because there's not enough time. If they hit you in the back, like, they have to stop and shoot you, which is already 1 fucking second passed by, and then they have to go, like, that's just a way longer route. They can't do it. So responsibility, so reading pressure here is knowing and accepting, leaving your back open, being confident enough to know where the immediate pressure is coming from. And the immediate pressure here is the front. All he has to do is wrap around the corner, lay down, and just watch the cross and help Snoopy. That's all he has to do. All he has to do. But instead, he wide swings. Like, take a look at the time he takes. If he's watching that, 3 does not get through, and Boston win, and Boston's into the next round. Immediately. All he has to do is literally go around the corner and watch that cross. That is literally it. 1 second left. That is it. That's it. That's fucking it. And Snoopy walks off the hill because he thinks, oh, they got my front covered. But no, he slid all the way around. I was mind blown when I saw that because a player of his experience should be able to know. He's been in scenarios like this before. This isn't even a hindsight thing. This is 100% factual. Like, all he has to do is just watch the immediate pressure, which is that cross. There's 1 second left. That's all he has to do. Instead, he wide swings, takes his time, slowly enters in. This guy's already gone. They have no info on this immediate catwalk push. That's the only route that ROKKR can afford to take. The only route. And the fact he didn't take it is mind-blowing. And Snoopy's not only in the hellstorm, calling out where they are, calling out they're on the catwalk as well, and you're looking other places. Watch the immediate pressure, which is right there. All you have to do. Wraps around, Nero walks right by, hops on the hill, gets a kill, and that gives time for ROKKR to push up, and they fucking win the game. Mind fucking blowing, dude. Like, that was a Cammy throw if I've ever fucking seen one. And a lot of people aren't going to probably talk about that, but that's something I expect from a veteran players to be able to read fucking pressure like that. Like, that is the immediate pressure that you have to be able to read. And he just allowed Nero to sneak by.